Hi, I'm Daryl Henry with Bittner Henry Insurance Group. Today I'm going to answer the question, what insurance do I need for my daycare business? First, you need coverage for your property. So if you own the building, you need to insure your building. Have toys, desks, chairs, you're going to need to make sure that's covered. Think about your playground. Some daycares and early learning programs end up spending $100,000 on their playground systems. And if you're one of them, make sure you thought about how that's going to be covered under your insurance program. So let's say there's a fire in your space. One of the very unique things about childcare and early learning programs is you can't move anywhere very easily. You have zoning requirements, you have licensing requirements, which means if there's a fire in your space, you're stuck waiting for it to be repaired. So think carefully about how much money you would need to cover your loss of net income and your extra expenses. As a child care program, general liability covers bodily injury and property damage, except it excludes abuse and molestation. If a teacher inappropriately touches a child, or a scenario that I heard is a child spat in an employee's face, an employee grabbed him by the face and pushed away, you got to be careful. That could be abuse and molestation. And third, professional liability, which in your situation is going to be lack of supervision. So if an employee is not watching and a kid decides to go Superman off the playground set, did that kid get hurt on your premises, or was that lack of supervision? The line gets really gray very quickly for you. What's one of the most common things that happens in an early learning environment? A kid gets hurt on the playground. And unless you've got accident medical coverage, that family may be stuck with out-of-pocket medical payments costs. So make sure you think about accident medical. If you own vehicles, one of the quickest ways you can rack up $1 million lawsuit with a child care program is you get 5 kids in a van and that van rolls over. Don't go cheap on the auto insurance. Child care environments, they get lifting claims, they get backs, knees, hips. Make sure you're carrying workers' compensation. A lot of child care programs, they'll have an app. They'll communicate with parents through that app. You're keeping personal information of families and children. If you get hacked, that could be a problem for you. Next, you should be thinking about if you're accused of hiring and firing issues. You've let go of an employee because they've not performed well, but they say, well, you did it because I'm pregnant. That's hiring and firing. And lastly, if you're nonprofit, you need to be thinking about directors and officers insurance to protect your board. So there's the list of items for you to consider. Make sure you're reviewing that either by yourself or with your agent. And if you'd like us to take a look at it, you can find our contact information at www.bittnerhenry.com.